Hey everyone, this is Melanie Cutler from L&D. Welcome to your Unlimited Learning Burst, brought to you this week by Executive Learning Consultant Jane Rabe and Senior Regional Accounts Manager Ellen Mays. You'll hear the strategies they are using to not only share the Cengage Unlimited story, but to create buzz around the program and maximize the impact of each customer interaction. First, we'll hear from Southside LC Jane Rabe, who used the Cengage Savings Calculator to illustrate the value of Unlimited at one of her newer accounts.
Hello, and happy new Unlimited year to all. My name is Jane Rabe, and I have been a Southside Learning Consultant in Western Michigan for 12 years. I was asked to create this podcast to share my first Unlimited exchange with one of my professors and how I leveraged our new sales calculator tools to create buzz and interest for our new subscription model. Like many of you, I inherited many new business disciplines a little over a year ago, and I also added 2 four-year schools to my territory. I'm still trying to meet everyone in my territory, still working on cementing relationships with key instructors at each of these new schools and new course areas. To set the scene a bit, the school is a 2-year school in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I selected for my first instructor, one who has always used digital, Applia, and a professor that likes technology, which he views as a benefit to student engagement and his personal time spent grading. He would love it if the administration would move to an inclusive access model, and he has volunteered to be the first person to test it once it's allowed. He is very, very price conscious and has already moved to a direct-to-student model for the lowest cost option. On December 14th, I sent him an email simply asking if he had received the press release about Cengage Unlimited, and if he had not, would he open the link I reattached and send me his comments. This turned out to be way more successful, asking for his personal comments, than the first email campaign I sent out. His initial email reply was this: "Can you give me a feel for how many instructors use Cengage at KVCC? I'm trying to wrap my mind around how I can best coordinate with my colleagues to use Cengage Unlimited for our students' benefit." It was right there and then that I knew I had the ammunition to compose the perfect response to turn him into a true Unlimited believer. The sales calculator was exactly what I needed to convey in a short email, the Cengage story at that campus. The Cengage footprint on campus, territory detail, enabled me to share with him the student metrics at his school. This information was key to helping me to explain our total Cengage learning presence at KVCC. The number of students using Cengage learning products, 6,385 students, which represented 72% of enrollment. The percentage of students using Cengage learning courses purchasing more than one Cengage product at 77%. Digital penetration at 63%. The reply I received minutes later was, "Jane, those numbers are great. Thank you. This looks like there is a significant opportunity then. I'll have to think about how to best take advantage of it." But I didn't just leave it at that. I went on to explain some inside details that I became aware of simply because I was still on campus in December. First, that McGraw was taking this account inside and they would no longer have a rep coming to campus. I used this to leverage a presentation of MindTap on December 1st to set the stage for all takeaway business courses for fall 2018. I also found out that Davenport University had moved out of their current location and were now residing within the KVC building. They signed an articulation agreement in late November and were taking a good look at crossover courses and titles. I am the only salesperson that covers both schools, a bonus. I mention this because there are always multiple reasons for selecting targets and course opportunities. Today, I think having statistical facts are powerful when they are at the campus you are talking about. This is why I think it resonates. It is much more impactful to speak to instructors about the benefit to them and their students. Since this worked so well at this campus, I'm going to print off the Cengage footprint stats for each school, and I'm going to tell them this info at the same time I speak about our new Unlimited subscription model. This puts it all into perspective and could be a wow factor. At some schools where I have not yet met the instructors, I plan to meet with the chair of those departments so that the chairperson totally understands the implication and can help spread the word to his or her faculty. In the cases where I have that one instructor in mind that I think will be a key player in telling the story, then I will start bottom up. I also think I want to have door hangers made so that when I leave a floor, all I see down the hallway is Cengage Unlimited colors and my contact information. For all campus reInvent types, Cengage Unlimited provides a purpose and a reason to check back in with instructors that have been deliberately adopting used books and/or rentals with no digital assets. If price is indeed their why, this makes it obsolete. Yay, finally! And for instructors that are on the fence about using digital, this certainly provides them with a big push to try it. In conclusion, 19,800 ebooks, 2,300 digital products, 70 disciplines, and 675 course areas make this a model to be reckoned with. How can they possibly say no? Let's right the ship and charge full steam ahead into 2018.
Full steam ahead indeed, Jane Rabe. Thanks for sharing your story. We heard about multiple ways to use the savings calculator and how the data empowers us to show concretely the impact of Cengage Unlimited at specific accounts and for a particular student body. What could be more compelling and buzzworthy? If any of our listeners need more on how to use the savings calculator or interpret the data, you'll find it in Stride in the course named Unlimited. Or you can search by Savings Calculator. Our final story this week comes from Regional Senior Key Account Manager Ellen Mays. Let's listen to how she's working to maximize her reach and build buzz around Cengage Unlimited.
Hi, this is Ellen Mays, Southeast Regional Key Account Manager. After learning about Cengage Unlimited at the Engagement Summit, I was thinking about ways to spread the story and touch as many people as possible in a quick amount of time. I knew we had a great story to tell, and I also knew that time was really not on our side because schools were getting ready to start final exams and faculty would be leaving campus for Christmas break. With this in mind, I decided to start a Zoom campaign where we would host 11 different Zoom meetings over the course of a week and invite as many faculty to participate in them as possible. It was really a groundswell effort. We had to get all of the LCs involved in both the field and also in the inside as well. I started this process by sending out an email to the DMs, the key account managers, the CSMs, and the LCs that worked on all of these accounts and getting their buy-in to participate. I followed that up with an email that we created around Cengage Unlimited with a link to the Cengage Unlimited site, along with a flyer that we had gotten from the Engagement Summit. I knew that there was a lot of press during that week, so I really wanted to take advantage of that and strike while people's interest was high to get them to participate in short 30-minute calls in which they would just simply dial in. I would go over a quick presentation, a PowerPoint presentation on Unlimited, and show the Anna video, which I think is an excellent video to show. It explains the program so well. And using that to really get them excited about the program, have them thinking about fall already, and to also see what questions they had. It was a big goal to actually have them to get their questions answered. All of their feedback was extremely positive, and I think that this was a great way to multiply ourselves and extend our reach. We ended up having 35 faculty attend these sessions over that week period. And it was a big team effort. There was collaboration from the inside group, from the field group, from the DM, multiple DMs, and multiple CAMs, and just getting that word out. Everybody really participated. Marketing, Megan Galvin was sending me information, trying to get as much information together to do these as quickly as possible because a lot of the stuff, the PowerPoints and things had not been created at that point. There was multiple touch points involved. We started out with an email blast to all instructors. It was very targeted, though. When I say blast, that's probably not great use of that term because it was very targeted. Each LC reached out to a lot of their current adopters to try to get them to participate. And then we also reached out to potential takeaway business. Of course, we were targeting that as well. And then after that, we followed that with a Zoom Outlook invite, which invited each person to actually accept or decline the invitation. That way we would know how many people we would have in each meeting, and we could keep track of that information for the purposes of follow-up. After the presentation, we documented as many questions as they had, because I figured that those were also the questions we would get when we're in the field in January. And then we were able to use the list of participants to follow up with them. The last part of the presentation was our ask, and our ask of everybody who attended was to let us come onto campus in January and February and do a lunch and learn or some type of event around Cengage Unlimited on their campus, so that we could really spread the word and get as many people talking about this as possible. One of the best things that happened from these Zoom meetings was that we actually had a faculty member who had not attended one of the meetings call me on my cell phone and said, "Hey, my friend was just on your Zoom call around Cengage Unlimited. Do you have time to tell me about it?" This other professor had told him that he should really talk to us about it. So I explained it to him, and he ended up agreeing to adopt it for the fall. He actually wanted it for the spring. He said, "Can you send me all of the verbiage to put in my syllabus? I want to make sure my students can get this for the spring." And I said, "Well, it doesn't quite start till fall," but he was certainly excited. So it worked in creating buzz and building excitement. And I wanted to get the customers involved in promoting our story, and these calls seem to do that. I think it's a great way to really spread the word and get the excitement building, and also to get people excited about it and willing to share our message around campus. I think that these calls will pay off over the next few months as people start to spread that word when they get back to campus. And we're going to hit them with some follow-up emails coming up in the next 2 weeks when they should return to campus to just prompt them, to remind them about it, to continue that conversation. Most of the calls only lasted about 20 to 30 minutes, so being able to talk to a lot of people in a short amount of time was beneficial. We also had all of the learning consultants who had people participating. They were on those calls as well. So it was very easy for one of our learning consultants, like Heather Sanders, to say to one of her faculty members, "Yes, I can get you that information, and I'm happy to meet with you as soon as you get back." So they were scheduling appointments on the calls as well. Hearing their excitement just made me even more excited about where we are headed as a company and where Cengage Unlimited is going to take us. All of the feedback was extremely excited and positive. There was not a single person who had anything negative to say about this program. So I really feel like Cengage has knocked it out of the park with Unlimited, and these calls are really going to help us hit the ground running for our January sales season and close as much business as possible.
Thanks for sharing with us, Ellen. There are so many things I like about this story. Collaboration across the team was key. Together, they set multiple touch points with instructors to build awareness and attendance, and then kept the momentum moving forward, asking for a presentation at the semester start. And how about the professor adopting Cengage Unlimited, who wasn't even on the call? Now that's creating a buzz. What can you take away from these stories to be unlimited this week? We can't wait to hear.